Soto, what is on your mind, as we like to say?
Yeah, so one thing that I've seen on the internet now for a long time, um, and I see a lot of YouTube videos about it too, um, is just people questioning whether or not like we are living in a simulation. Um, and there's like videos of like birds being stopped or like glitches in the quote unquote matrix. And so I don't know. It's been on my mind as far as like I don't know what's going on with human beings. I don't know if this is just a symptom of the modern society we live in, but like are we like really having this conversation like if we're in a simulation? I'm not saying that the question is bad to ask, but like the videos on here are just so ridiculous. Like the TikToks and everything that I see, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm just wondering because when I asked you about this and when I first sent you this question, your response to me was simply "what?"
What?
with a question mark, which leads me to believe that this was not at all in your realm of like your day-to-day questioning or life or maybe you're outside the loop on this, but I'm
Uh,
wondering what have been your thoughts since I've asked you that question?
well, before we get into this, and I don't want to say the reason the what came about is just because I think we were just having a normal day, and I think I texted you like what was getting ready, some about today, and I think we were
Hmm.
talking about everything else coming forward, and out of the blue, and I think maybe I was at work, all of a sudden I get a text from you. It's like his life is simulation. We should talk about that. And I'm just like, what? Like, I guess it just came out of so fucking left field that
Yeah.
I just did not expect it. It's not how I thought my day would go.
Yeah.
And when you kind of, at least, I think it was just, you worded it a little bit better. It made more sense out of it. I forgot how I was just like, what's going on? Why are we talking about this? You know, we got shit to do. So, it, yeah, I've seen some of those videos where like it's a weird glitch,
Oh, you
people
have?
disappear. Some of them, and it's been around for years. You're like, hey, this person just, all of a sudden like something passes, and where did that guy go? I know, I don't know. I can explain some of that shit. I just think it's very funny timing. Um, so let me ask you. I No, we're
Sure.
not living in a simulation. I Not like the Matrix, not anything like that. I am sorry. Life is life. I mean, but if I
It's
guess it
way more
depends on.
boring. It's way more boring. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say what I probably you and I are both thinking right now, but life is way more boring. I know that it's boring. I get it. It's like we have to get up, we have to go to work, we have to do our things, we have to pay bills. We didn't choose or opt into this reality, but and it would be really cool if it was The Matrix. Like great
Would
movie.
it? Would it though?
I mean, because you could do kung fu and shit, and you could be like whatever, like a superhero, but reality is just really boring. I'm
But that
sorry.
should tell you we're
It's
not in a
yeah.
simulation. We can't all of a sudden just. We're fucking old, Soto. We are. And
Yes. It's the
we
mileage.
joked about this. We talked about me and my wife going roller skating. This Saturday, and
Yes.
she can do it because she knows how. But if I do it, I fall. I'm breaking a bone. But there's nothing I can implant in my brain that's going to make me a master skater. And I had to
Yeah.
say that very carefully. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm sorry. We see life coming. It's not like all of a sudden we just pop into this world or something like that. Just I, I don't get it. I don't get how people can believe life is just a simulation. I mean, we go through the same thing day in and day out. Like I said, it's a monotonous, you know, lifestyle. We just go
Yes.
to work, we go home. Some of us play
Hmm.
games. Some of us,
Yes.
play board games, watch TV, whatever. That's our
Movies.
lives.
Yeah.
If that's a simulation, so be it. But there's no big overall thought that someone's just watching us, aka the Sims, controlling our lives or whatnot. I just can't. It's just like the Earth being flat. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense to me. Just give me a scientific explanation. And no, it's not like, again, you want to go back to the Matrix, which I know this
Yeah.
picture is kind of joking at and stuff like that. But
It's a
no,
good movie.
it is a good movie. The first one is. Let's not talk about the next three. And
Oh, I know. I know. Such
but
disappointment.
all these people that just think life is a simulation, I don't know. I just think I don't. I If they're serious, I'm sorry. Just live your boring life. Find something else to do. Go bird watching. Travel
Like I've been
maybe.
doing. Yeah, bird
Um,
watching. Birds aren't real. That was another one of my favorite movements. Although that one ended up being fake, but I love the concept that somebody was trying to do a conspiracy theory that birds, in fact, were just surveillance devices that the government was using to watch us.
all right, Soto. I got a comment here from Carlos. How's it going, Carlos? And I'm going to ask you
Carlos,
this since you're the one that brought up the simulation. So I'm going to read. I don't know if you see this, but
I
if
cannot
life
know.
is a simulation, does it
Yeah.
mean that life is like GTA Online? If so, does that mean rich people are winning the game? Does it mean Kanye West has completed all the DLCs? So,
Oh my
um,
God. Yeah, he totally has. He totally has. Although it took a really dark turn, but
let's not talk about that. Um,
yeah,
Yeah, no, if GTA Online is a simulation, yes, that is simulation because we all go play at that online casino, lose our money, our online money, which some people spend real money on. So maybe
yeah. A lot of
GTA
people do.
Online is like a simulation. They found ways to take our money, and that's just I don't know. But yeah,
Off
Kanye
of
West
yeah.
must have all the DLCs because according to him, he's a motherfucking genius. So yeah.
Everything is like based off just people hacking our dopamine hits, basically, right? Like we see shiny colors and we see all these things and we go, yay! Or like even for me, I see achievement unlocked. I'm like, ooh, yay!
Pizza candy.
I've I've done something, and that little dopamine monkey in my brain is like, yay, do it again. Um, so yeah, maybe. I mean, definitely the people with the money have hacked the game.
That's
Um,
true. They know what they're
I
doing.
kind of live in a city that's like GTA Online.
That, that's
So
true
it,
too. I've worked in
it
that
kind
city.
yeah, like if you go to certain parts of where I live, like you'll see crime.
You don't want to
Um,
go. Yeah, I don't want to go to those parts now.
I mean the food is great though. The food is fantastic. So I don't know. I've never played GTA Online. I think it's part of the achievements for GTA 5, right? Like to play it, in order to 100% it, right?
Probably.
It's
I
like you
mean,
have to do
they
that.
made
I
us.
don't have the time to do that. I've had a friend that did that platinum to GTA 5, and I don't know how, like, you would ever put, why would I ever put that much time into a game, you know? So if this life really is a simulation, I only have time for this one. Um,
Wait,
I
wait, wait.
can't put another one on there.
How many hours did you spend on Cyberpunk?
Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot relative to other people who play video games. I did play, it's like 360, 400 hours of Cyberpunk. Um, but I know people that have played it, or at least I've seen things on the internet that people have played it for like thousands of hours. Even shit like Skyrim, I'm sure there's somebody out there who's played Skyrim for like 20,000 fucking hours since it came out in like 2011.
Oh
Um,
God, yeah.
so for me, yeah, like I don't often do that, and for me to play a game for almost 400 hours is like a 6 month time of my life. It's like half a year, like where I could possibly get that in. That means it's like I haven't been playing anything else except that game, for like more than half a year. So, but yeah, I don't know. GTA Online just seems like a lot, kind of like life. It's a lot. It's
It is,
really a
and
lot.
so before I ask you my last question about
Hmm.
if life is a simulation, first of all, Madness jumped in the chat. Hey, Madness, he says
Madness.
hello, but
I
his
know
name is
him.
Simulation Madness. So I mean,
Ooh,
but he plays simulation games. So
sure.
I mean, when we were doing Power Wash Simulator, was life as a simulation? Because we were working in a game that we're supposed to be having fun, and we had fun because were playing with our friends, yet we were doing a job that we get
Yeah.
online currency for, but
Oh,
not
felt
real
great.
money. So we played games that are simulation, but that's not the
Hmm.
question I want to ask. So, in all honesty,
Yes.
if you found out today you're Neo instead of Neo, you are Soto,
Oh God. Yep.
you you find out that life is a simulation and what blah blah blah. Now let's not say you're going to get all the powers in the Matrix, but you just know this ain't real life what we see. But if you know there's no consequences, what would be the first thing you do? Like if you found out today life is a simulation, we don't know how to get back to the real world. This is our world. What would you do?
Oh my God, that's a fucking fantastic question. What is the first thing that I would do? Oh man, I'd probably try to see how high I could jump.
We
If
don't
we're
have
talking
hops.
about like, yeah, like if we're talking about the first thing I would do, I'd like to do that. I'd like to see what it's like to be up there for a second. And now this is me. This is coming from me being afraid of heights. But right, like you find out that you're in the Matrix. The first thing that I want to do is a diagnostics run. Okay, like, am I as in much pain as I usually am? Like, can I will that away? Uh, and how far can I jump? Can I jump over that tree? And then everything else would come after that, I think. But that's the first thing. I just got to be like, all right, revert back to 8-year-old me who used to jump off shit and injure myself because you got to test reality out. Uh, so that's the first thing I would do. After that, I have no grand plans. Um,
Go
but
back
I'd
to work.
see, I go back to work. Holy crap! The first thing I do is probably rob a bank because I probably wouldn't be caught in shit like that. You know what I mean? But then there's no real money in banks, so I don't know. It's like a cliche thing to be like the second thing I would do is a crime,
Crime.
um, which tells you about like our society. It's like first thing, jump over a tree. Second thing, I'm going to commit a crime as soon as I know what my powers
It's the
are.
American way.
It's the American way. The American way. Can I get away with a crime? What can I do? I mean, how many movies and shit do we watch nowadays where it's like, this is how I got away with something? And we're like, oh my God, I never thought about that.
He jumped.
Yeah, I would
I'm
jump.
sorry.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
That's it, man. That's it. And right now, I can't do any of those things. So even if this is a simulation, like it's kind of a letdown, bro. Thank God they let me watch cartoons on this thing. That's the
You got your
only thing
anime.
that
You do.
like I got my anime, like cool, and I can play video games, like awesome. Thank you, thanks simulation.
We appreciate you doing simulation things in our life as a simulation, but it's not a
Yeah.
simulation. Oh my God. Yeah, Madness is
Oh my
saying the same
goodness.
thing. Don't confuse me with all the simulation. We're just going to need to end this talk right now. But yeah, no, there. I mean, in all honesty, yeah, it's all crazy talk. It's all fun, what ifs. But yeah, let's just
Cool.
lead our, you know, boring lives with the ones we love, and just be like, yeah, no, we play video games, and we're okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
uh, that's too funny. So,
Dude, I
but
mean, it's fucking true.